SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, Speaker of the House of Assembly Jomo Thomas signals intention to resign in the new year and removes himself as the ULP caretaker for the South Leeward constituency. Nevis Premier warns the region independence is being eroded by new efforts at colonial domination. Lebanese Prime Minister resigns amid protests that have gripped the country for 2 weeks. And in sports, St. Lucia beat SVG in international rugby friendly. These and other stories coming up in SVG TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to the SVG-TV Evening News and Sports for Tuesday, October 29th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. Speaker of the House of Assembly, Jomo Thomas, today gave notice that he will be stepping down from the position early next year. At a news briefing at his law chambers, Thomas says he intends to give up the position during the first quarter of 2020. Giving some reasons behind his decision, Thomas said there are many things he wishes to achieve without restrictions, noting that he has done his best to conduct his duty with fairness and according to the laws of the land.
Some time ago, the Searchlight had done a front page spread in which it said, the Speaker declares that he will not sit on a party political platform while he's the Speaker. That to me was a principled position I took. If there are other things that I want to do, I wouldn't want to be encumbered in any way by being the Speaker of our Assembly. More than that, I am not so sure, having served for almost 4 years now, I am not so sure that there is anything else left for me to do as the Speaker. I've tried my best, I've tried to be fair, I've tried to apply the standing orders, the Constitution of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but we have a rambunctious bunch. And people would push and pull you, try to pull your chains here and there. People try to rile you up. But I think that I'm proud that I've never been able to allow any individual to pull me into a personal debate or discussion on any matter in the almost 4 years that I have served as the Speaker.
The Speaker of the House also made it clear that he is not motivated by pursuits of power and privilege.
And better do. People would, I know people say, well, why would you want to give up this for? But it's not. I am never drawn by money. I am never drawn by power and privilege. So part of the process of giving up the speakership is to show, look, I can let this go. I don't have to hold it because it's really not mine to hold. It is for me to see how I can use it to advance our democracy. And I think too often the Parliament has been reduced to a tribune for petty banter and not really settled on doing the business that the people send us into that august body to do.
Thomas also announced his resignation as the ruling Unity Labour Party's caretaker of the South Leeward constituency. Thomas, who was a candidate for the ULP in the 2015 elections, said he does not intend to run in the next general elections and is giving enough time to allow for other persons wishing to serve to do so.
I hold this press briefing today to announce that I have no intention to offer myself as a candidate for the ULP in the forthcoming general elections. Primarily, the reason is the time, the energy, the money, the effort cannot be properly justified considering the current state of play in the party. Consequently, to allow for the ease of transition and to allow for a sense of clarity to prevail, particularly among the long-suffering and neglected people of South Leeward, I formally remove myself as caretaker for the constituency so that others with a desire to represent can move forward.
An increase in public assistance, allowance payments to nurses, and improvements to some infrastructure were among 20 announcements made by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves during his independence address to the nation at the military parade held at the Victoria Park. Barvin Oliver tells us more in this report.
The announcements by the Prime Minister in his annual Independence Address is something Vincentians often look forward to hear, and this year there were 20 special announcements made. Noting that nurses are precious to him and his government, Prime Minister Gonsalves in his Independence Address on Sunday, October 27, 2019, said some 112 nurses and nursing assistants who were due certain allowances but were not paid for various reasons will be paid in December this year.
Some 112 nurses and nursing assistants in the clinics, in the community nursing services, who are due certain on-call and weekend allowances but were not paid for various reasons, will be all paid in full these allowances in their December 2019 pay packet. The rate of $250 monthly for the staff nurses and $125 monthly for the nursing assistants. Individual payments ranging from $375 to $28,875 will be paid. The aggregate of these payments among to $995,332.56. I thank the nurses who brought this matter to my attention 3 or so months ago. I am pleased that we are righting this wrong.
There are many teachers and public servants who have attained university degrees and are awaiting appointment. PM Gonsalves said this will be done and that his government will examine ways to reform the entire public service.
Third, the final batch of teachers, amounting to just under 100 who obtain university degrees, but who are not appointed as university graduates, although they receive a graduate allowance, will be appointed as graduate teachers in January 2020. Henceforth, the appointments will proceed as a matter of course upon their acquisition of their degree. Fourth, as has been done in respect of the graduate teachers, our government will embark on a similar process from January 2020 to address the position of the unappointed university graduates in the public service, roughly 140 in number. At the appropriate grade level, we will appoint them. The education revolution has occasioned a massive increase in university graduates. The public service establishment has to be reformed to accommodate this welcome development in university training.
Duty-free concessions on Christmas barrels, roadworks, the cleanup of Kingston campaign, the commencement of public access to village enhancement program, and the relocation of the elderly from the Louis Panett home were also among the announcements made by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who said Vincentians can look forward to the physical strengthening of the judicial system.
The physical infrastructure of our judicial system and parliamentary democracy will be strengthened consequent upon the recent decision of the government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to support a soft loan of US $20 million from a Taiwanese bank to construct a modern parliament building and courthouse complex on 2 parcels of land almost obliquely opposite the headquarters of the Ministry of Agriculture on Richmond Hill. 13th, the commencement date for duty-free barrels and packages is November the 18th, 2019. The duty-free concession will run until December the 31st, 2019. This is the 19th successive year that this government has offered this concession.
From January 2020, there is to be an increase in the payment of $25 for those persons on public assistance. The Prime Minister also noted that hundreds of title issues for grantees of state lands will also be resolved. Monetary assistance to medical marijuana farmers, as well as other programs to assist farmers, were also announced. The Prime Minister also announced the appointment of 3 nationals with the status of cultural ambassadors and 5 floating ambassadors. The final of the 20 announcements made by the Prime Minister was the activities under the recently launched Sports Against Crime and Renewal at 40 will be ramped up over the next 12 months. For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Barbin Oliver.
The RSVG police force has come in for high praise from Governor General Her Excellency Susan Duggan as she delivered brief remarks at the Toast to the Nation ceremony held at the Prime Minister's residence after the military and cultural parades on Independence Day. The Toast to the Nation is done annually as part of the celebrations to mark the important milestone of independence. Her Excellency described this year's military parade and cultural parade, which was held for the first time, as magnificent.
You have to permit me to thank the Commissioner of Police and members of the Constabulary for a magnificent display of skill and precision this morning. I was indeed proud, and I know they're going to continue the good work next year. Thank you very much. Permit me also to single out ACP Brown. You were magnificent. And he led me through the paces very well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Also commending the troops on parade was Commissioner of Police Colin John. The Commissioner said he was pleased by the performance seen on the parade ground and thanked the Vincentian sailors serving with the Royal Navy for their participation in this year's parade.
I want to say thank you also to the troops on parade, and I want to ask everyone to really show their appreciation for the splendid job that they did on parade this month. I do not wish to single out any guard, but if I was to single out any, I would say that the #1 guard that was led by Superintendent Hazelwood would have been my pick, but I would not single out any guard. But you all did well. Also, the visiting contingent of Vincentian from the Navy, you added some extra spice to the parade this morning, and I just want to say thank you.
Also on the parade ground on Sunday were various youth organizations such as the Scouts, Girl Guides, and Cadets. PM Gonsalves said these groups have a positive impact on youth, and the government supports such structured organizations.
Yes, whether it's Cubs, Scouts, or Girl Guides, or the cadets. And that is what you saw on parade. I know in countries, people tend to associate, and when you hear that, people tend to associate some things like young pioneers in Cuba. This is how totalitarian governments go. You know the usual talk. Well, the truth of the matter, discipline is being inculcated, and it's a voluntary program, and a lot of young people come to them, and we support young people coming into these programs, and you see many of them, a sample of them, on parade.
A large crowd turned up at the Châteauguay Heritage Park at Rabaca on Monday, October 28th, for the annual Matunga Festival. The highlight of the event was the distribution of offer letters to 150 residents to have title to their lands. Larissa Pugsley-Kidd tells us more in this report.
150 persons who received their offer letters at this year's Matunga Festival were invited to start a process to acquire the title deeds from the Ministry of Housing from today. Most of these persons are from the Sandy Bay area. Minister of Housing and Area Representative for North Windward, Montgomery Daniel, told the gathering that they would like to afford persons the opportunity to have titles to their lands, hence 228 lots were allotted. However, some persons were conflicted as to who should own the lots and have deeds.
The HLDC, in executing its work, will clarify all of these and to make the occupants of these lots as happy as possible.
The 150 lots are in addition to the 175 lots already distributed, bringing the total lots distributed for this year to 325. The price per square feet is $1, and it was noted by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves that many persons made an issue about payment, but it had to be done. He also warned persons to get on board with regularization that is currently taking place before it is too late.
I want to say there are one or two people who don't have title to their land, and they get so blind with partisan politics. They say that they don't want Montgomery to give them title. You ever hear a thing like that? You think Friday and Eustace wouldn't take title? Eh? You can rest assured. You can rest assured Monty Roberts go take the title. You can rest assured that Shera would want title for the land. You mustn't follow people with their backward, stupid, divisive tactics. We are offering you title to the land. The one or two of you who don't want to be sensible, listen to the comrade and take the title for the land. Is your own. We're just regularizing it for you to make it proper for you and your children and your grandchildren.
Throughout the day, persons flocked to the various stalls to get a taste of the Matunga, which was prepared on spot.
I'm enjoying it very, very much. Enjoying all the cassava and bakes and saltfish and all kind of fish. It's very nice.
The fact, it has been a long journey to get here, but I'll do it again anytime.
Chairman of the Arrowroot Association said he was pleased with the turnout and says there is definitely room for improvement, which will be taken into consideration for next year's festival.
One of the things that we're going to do, because fungi and madongo, especially fungi and fish, it's like a dying part of our culture. And thanks to the Arrowroot Association, we are trying to bring it back. And we hope in the past that in the near future, we'll continue to have your massive support.
Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Drilling on the second well at the geothermal site at Bamboo Range has reportedly produced positive indications of both permeability and temperature. This was announced at Monday's Matunga Festival by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who read to the gathering a text message sent to him from Director of the Energy Unit, Ellsworth Dakin, informing him of the good news.
This is what he says, and I want to read it for you. Good news. The second well was drilled for 83 days at a depth of 2,800 meters. That's down in the ground. After stimulation of this well, there are positive indications of both permeability and temperature. At the bottom of the well is 215 degrees Celsius. The well continues to heat, and the stimulation process will continue in this well for a few weeks. Given the positive outcome of this well, the drilling team and consultants have decided to proceed with the drilling program. Hence, the third well will commence in the next few days.
The Prime Minister added that his government is at the stage of procuring equipment for further tests now that they have been assured of the likelihood of geothermal steam.
The testing equipment will be procured and should arrive within another 2 to 3 months. The potential power output will be determined with the use of the testing equipment. A decision by the technical team to remedy the first well or use it as a possible re-injection well would be determined following the well testing.
This country should be using geothermal energy by February 2022 once all goes well, and according to the Prime Minister, electricity costs should be reduced at that time by 1/3. A family of the latest road fatality victim calls for a thorough investigation, dismissing reports that it was a freak accident. We have this and other stories coming up when we return with more local news.
Sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. When you walk through our doors, our work begins. From corsages, to flowers, to guest books, whatever you need to make that funeral a memorable one. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Segment Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this, buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Vincent? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off. and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles. Wait for me! Yay!
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci. Everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019. October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services and more on display at the Kingstown East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we Vinci. Everything Vinci. For the whole family.
For more information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to the evening news. A teacher at the Brighton Methodist School, Carriel Wiltshire, was killed in what has been reported as a freak accident in the Harmony Hall area last Saturday night. Her family, however, is not accepting that it was a freak accident and are calling for a thorough investigation to be carried out into the circumstances leading up to her death. Niece of the deceased, Kayashma Wiltshire, who was a nurse at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, said she was at work when she heard about the incident, after which she made her way to the scene in Harmony Hall, where she made observations that were questionable.
She had just exited the vehicle and he went to reverse and it went in driving step. But what I am saying, you understand? What I am saying, how I'm feeling. How can somebody just let somebody out of a vehicle? And down in the area is a dead end. It's very dark, no street light or anything. If you're gonna reverse, you're gonna depend on the headlights. Now your headlights, the lights to the back, you're gonna depend on. You're gonna take your time. You understand? It's dark. You're gonna take your time. What kind of speed? That's what I want to know. What kind of speed that he was going in that he can actually hit her, make her fall on the ground and still run over and kill her on the spot? It's not adding up. It's not adding up, and I'm not buying that story. And I read on the internet that some other news on the social media said how the vehicle slammed her into the wall, pinned her into the wall, and other occupants had to lift the vehicle off of her. That's two different stories right there. Because if you pin somebody against the wall, the person will actually be between the wall and the vehicle. So how is it that other occupants of the vehicle will have to lift the vehicle off of her? That means that she's lying under the vehicle. From the position that my aunt was lying, because I went there, from the position my aunt was lying, the wall is to the left and she was lying this way with her head facing to the right. So it's not adding up. How we want answers. Whole family want answers. We're not gonna leave it like this, to be honest. her clothes, her breast and thing was out. The clothes, the top wasn't even on properly. It was torn. It was torn. It was torn. It was torn. It's not something adding up.
Wiltshire said she does not know the driver. Her aunt reportedly got a ride with to Harmony Hall, but she knows the person she was going to visit. She said there were also reports which suggested that there were other persons in the vehicle with her aunt, which Wiltshire disputed, noting that upon arriving at the scene, she did not see or speak with anyone who were reportedly in the vehicle with her aunt or assisted in removing her body from under the vehicle.
On the scene and the police on the phone didn't mention there were other people in the vehicle. So it's all a mystery. It's all a mystery. Nobody else. Police didn't mention anybody else. I didn't see anybody else who said there were other passengers. Nope. Just the driver and the guy who she was going by was there. When she's going by her friend at Harmony Hall, he will send a ride for her, right? If he don't send the ride home here for her, she will take a bus and she will stop off by the bus shed where the welcome to Prospect sign is, and then the ride will pick her up there and drop her up. So I'm not too sure if that's the same person who accustomed picking her up or if she got a ride from somebody else. I'm not sure because she's not here to see. Police did give me permission to accompany them to see the body. While I was walking down the slope, I noticed there were tire marks. Tire marks are on the road, and they were there measuring it out and all those stuff. So
the grieving family members say they found it alarming that no one tried to contact them in relation to the accident, and said that they will not leave any stone unturned until they get answers into what actually transpired.
she was there lying on the ground, right? And I was like asking, how is it nobody hasn't called, the police ain't called, so long the thing happened? Why the guy who she was going by, her friend, why nobody didn't like give them any information to say that she has a niece or she have other family members they can contact? And the police turned to me and said that the guy said that he is the boyfriend or the fiance, some kind of thing of that sort. Me and my aunt is very close, right? I know she have a male friend, but if it was to the extent to say it's her fiance, she would have mentioned it. And then the guy who is her friend, I saw him there speaking to the police. And he was there smoking a cigarette like nothing. The lady,
but I tell you, I noticed the night I wasn't sleeping. I noticed I didn't get the news my sister was dead. So I hear them early Sunday morning, and I noticed I go sleep late, like all after 12, 1 o'clock. That's when I went to sleep because I noticed I just ain't sleeping, but I don't know what happened. I didn't know my sister was already dead.
Somebody, when I have trouble, I could turn to, and she always want to make sure I'm okay. She was a very loving, kind person, not only to me, but to others.
The driver of the ill-fated vehicle was taken into custody on Saturday night. However, we were informed that he was later released. A $600,000 temporary school facility at the Park Hill playing field to accommodate the students of the Park Hill Government School was opened today. The Park Hill Government School is one of 3 schools undergoing large repairs under the Basic Needs Trust Fund BNTF project. At today's ceremony, Prime Minister and Area Representative Dr. Ralph Gonzalez said given the magnitude of the repair work being carried out, he didn't want to have the students and teachers remain at the facility during this time.
The repairs on weekends while the children were around. But I was very concerned about that because it means every weekend you have to take down any scaffolding, you have to pick up every nail, every piece of glass, and I didn't want any teacher and very much so any child to get injured. So I said no. We can't do it that way. And since all the work couldn't be done in the holidays, we said, well, let us fix up the toilets, do something, power wash the place, which they did, clean it up good. But that after independence, we can move in, build in something. And this facility is a very beautiful one. I know a lot of the teachers already saying they are moving.
Prime Minister Gonzalez encouraged the students of the Park Hill Government School to make good use of the opportunities being afforded to them.
It in your head. Let it be a noise in your blood. Let it be an echo in your bone. Nobody is better than you, even though you're not better than anybody. Which means that the world is at your feet. You can achieve what you want to achieve. And the education revolution makes sure that that is so. You see a number of people in Park Hill getting university education, a large number. And even larger number going to college. And everybody getting an opportunity to go to secondary school. There are a lot of bright people who have come out of Park Hill who never get a chance to go to secondary school because in those days the opportunities were limited. But from September 2005, I made sure that we build enough schools, we trained enough teachers to make sure that every single 12-year-old is in secondary school.
PM Gonzalez said that after the Park Hill Government School repairs are completed, the students and teachers will return to their school, and the temporary facility at the playing field can be used then as a camping site. The SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union will be hosting a discussion tomorrow dubbed Get It Off Your Chest, focusing on breast cancer and endometriosis. The discussion will take place at the union's headquarters in Pauls Avenue, Kingstown, commencing at 4:30. Marketing manager at the credit union, Melissa York-Nichols, said the discussion will be led by 3 doctors who will share their knowledge on breast cancer and endometriosis. Dr. Camille Nichols will speak on endometriosis, Dr. Rodine Hunt on breast cancer, and psychologist Dr. Joselle Miller will deal with coping mechanisms after being diagnosed with the disease.
We also have a breast cancer survivor who will be sharing her story, as well as someone who is living with endometriosis, talking about how the disease impacts their life. So it's a packed program, informative. Persons will be able to get not only information, but if they have questions, they'll be able to ask the doctors or the persons who will be giving their stories questions as well. So, cancer is the leading cause of death in our society, especially among women. So we felt the need to, bring awareness to this. As well as endometriosis is a disease that is becoming quite popular, but it's one that a lot of women suffer through silently, some knowing that they have the disease, but the majority of women in our society are unaware that they have endometriosis because they think that, especially the pain that comes with having endometriosis, they think it's just a normal part of menstruation when it's not.
Nevis Premier warns the region that independence is being eroded by new efforts at colonial domination. We have this from the region when we return after these messages.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy. Drink today. Juicy, juicy. Same great taste. Juicy, juicy. The original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana. Pineapple. Juicy cola. Orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy. The original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci. Everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019, October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services, and more on display at the Kingston East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights, and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we. Vinci. Everything Vinci. For the whole family.
For more information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it. Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that Nevis Premier Mark Brantley has warned that the region's hard-won independence is being slowly eroded by new efforts at colonial domination. He was addressing the annual Barbados Labour Party's convention on Sunday, where he pointed to the continued demands by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, for countries in the region to tighten international tax laws to avoid being blacklisted. Brantley said this is driving business away from the region.
In my own little Nevis, we have seen a 30% reduction in new financial services business this year due to our amendments to the financial service legislative framework to pacify Brussels. The evidence would suggest that business loss is not fleeing to other parts of the world. It is fleeing to states in the United States such as Delaware and Nevada, which are immune from the reach of the EU, the FATF, the OECD, and others. There is, my friends, no level playing field and no effort to ensure that all are required to play by the same rules. Each cycle of demands by the EU, by the FATF, by the OECD, and others results in a capitulation of small countries like ours. Each capitulation leads to greater and more onerous demands.
Brantley also demanded that there be a more level playing field between the Caribbean and the international community.
EU and others must understand that Barbados and the Caribbean do not desire confrontation and acrimony. We require genuine partnership and respect. Belgium and Germany cannot assert their sovereign right to tax their citizens at 40%, while denying Barbados its equally sovereign right to tax its citizens at 10%. It is not enough for powerful nations to say to small nations that our tax policies are harmful to them without showing us how such harm occurs. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an incredibly important lesson, an incredibly important message that we, all of us, must never tire in advocating. This risk of blacklisting and the reputational damage caused thereby then feeds into a vicious false narrative that we of this region are tax havens, incapable of effectively regulating and managing our financial system.
Lebanese Prime Minister resigns amid protests that have gripped the country for 2 weeks. We have this from the international scene when we return.
Was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
The health of your eyes greatly impacts your daily life, from driving, watching television to texting. At Imperial Optical Inc., we promise you the best in eye care. Our trained staff, in-house ophthalmologists, optometrist, full-service lab and optical boutique position us to cater to your entire eye care. Understanding your needs and how to meet them, whether you require routine eye examination, prescription glasses, contact lenses, or sunglasses, you can choose from a wide range of designer frames at affordable prices and be greeted with excellent customer service in an inviting atmosphere when you visit us opposite the Anglican Cathedral on 58 Granville Street, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where your vision is our mission. Telephone 456-1882. Fax 456-2205.
That's new for your eyes only. Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize price in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
And now we go further afield. Lebanon's Prime Minister Saad Hariri has said that he is resigning amid protests that have gripped the country for 2 weeks. Hariri said Lebanon had reached a deadlock and needed a shock to break the crisis. The protests began when the now scrapped plans to tax WhatsApp calls came about, but quickly widened to target political corruption and economic turmoil. Lebanon has one of the highest debt levels in the world. The protests have led to a 10-day closure of banks, with many other offices, schools, and universities also shut. We hear more in this report.
Protests and anarchy on the streets of Beirut, chaotic scenes that had echoes of the dark days of Lebanon's civil war in the 1980s. The unrest was triggered by anger over economic stagnation and perceived corruption among the ruling elite. But it tapped into sectarian tensions, with Hezbollah supporters attacking anti-government activists in the hours preceding Prime Minister Hariri's shock announcement that his coalition had reached the end of the road.
I tried my best to find a solution, to listen to the people's voice, and to protect the country from hazards to its security, economy, and society. Today, I've reached a deadlock. The time has come for shock therapy to cope with the crisis. I'm heading to the presidential palace to submit my government's resignation.
A series of economic reforms and anti-corruption measures were too little, too late. The coalition represented a hard-won compromise between Christian, Sunni and Shiite forces. Its collapse plunges the country into another period of instability.
Well, that's the news for this evening. We have sports just ahead, right after we take a look at tonight's local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Hey! Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. nobody, because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Current weather conditions this evening are partly cloudy. Winds are blowing east-northeast at 4 kilometers per hour. The temperature 28 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 81%. Barometric pressure 1009.3 millibars. Rainfall recorded over the last 24 hours measured 1.2 millimeters. The maximum temperature today was 30.6 and 25.9 was the minimum temperature. Sunset today was at 5:38 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 5:58. Tonight's forecast will see conditions being partly cloudy to cloudy at times with a few showers. And according to the synopsis, a weak unstable conditions are across the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Welcome to the evening sports. This evening we start off with rugby, where St. Vincent and the Grenadines' senior men's rugby team were no match for St. Lucia in their international friendly on Saturday. The visitors outplayed St. Vincent and the Grenadines 53-26 at the Arnesville 2 playing field. Lewis Hamilton won the Mexican Grand Prix with a superbly controlled drive in a tactical fight with Ferrari to move to the brink of the world title. Hamilton will clinch his 6th championship at the U.S. Grand Prix next Sunday as long as he doesn't lose more than 22 points to Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton triumphed in a tense, slow-burn race of divergent strategies between the 4 Mercedes and Ferrari drivers. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel was second ahead of Bottas and Charles Leclerc. Here at home at Stubbs, Volcanoes FC are the new league champions of the Sagicor Hyrule Southeast Football Championship, following a 3-1 victory over Bonham Ghetto Stars in the final on Sunday afternoon at the Stubbs playing field. Jasim James netted 2 of the goals for Volcanoes FC, with the other goal scored by Mazik Herbert. The goal for Bonham Ghetto Stars was converted by Elron Thomas. Earlier on Sunday, Real Investment Nature Boys beat Sagicor Bonham to clinch the knockout title. The informed Diomaji Samuel netted a hat-trick for Real Investment Nature Boys, while Enrique Millington and Glenford Ashton scored a goal each for Sagicor Bonham. Javan Peters of BDO Stubborn Youth was adjudged the best goalkeeper. The best forward was Atticus Enville of Teflon Strikers. Jerome Peters of KQ Mavericks was the best defender, and the best midfielder was Tevin Thompson of Sagicor Bonham. The most goal award in the championship went to Diomaji Samuel of Real Investment Nature Boys with a total of 8. The evening sports continues after these messages. Stay tuned.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Massey Store's Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Store's Pharmacy. Massey Store's Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Defending champions Ricos beat the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force 2-0 in a Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines League match of the Hyrule Barley Football Championship at the Curtains playing field on the weekend. In the Hyrule Knockout Championship, Sparta gained a 2-1 victory over Curtains and 3 yards defeated Spring Village 3-0. This afternoon, Predators of Fitzhughes would have met with Paola of Leu in the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines League match also at the Curtains playing field. Meanwhile, 8 teams have qualified for the Big 8 round. They are Curtains, Paola of Leu, Predators FC of Fitzhughes, and Spring Village from Group A. And from Group B, 3 yards, Sparta, Ricos, and Jamdown. In the Hyrule KCCU Digicel Richland Park 9-a-side football championship, Ras Farco beat Beefy's Convenient Shop Highlanders 5-2 at the Richland Park Oval on Saturday. The goals for Ras Farco were scored by Dale Otley with 2, Calvin Thomas and Neil Bascom with 1 each, and they also benefited from an own goal scored by Beefy's Convenient Shop Highlanders. Akron Walker and Timon Coffey scored a goal each for the Highlanders. On Sunday, Greg's FC beat Hand in Hand 7-1. Osei Delplush converted 5 of the goals for Greg's FC and Stephen Peer scored 2, while Jamel Jordan converted the goal for Hand in Hand. And finally, this evening in volleyball, in the whip female division of the National Volleyball Championship, Unique Touch defeated Wings 3 sets to love, 25-love, 25-13, 25-13 at the Girls High School hard court in Kingstown on Friday afternoon. In another match, Wings beat Gremlins 2, that is, 3 sets to 1, 23-25, 25-20, 25-23, 25-22. At the same venue this afternoon, Alliance 2 would have come up against Gremlins 1 in Group B. And with that, we end our sports for this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it. 26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingston Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingston Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
And now we take a second look at tonight's headlines. Speaker of the House of Assembly Jomo Thomas signals his intention to resign in the new year and removes himself as ULP caretaker for the South Leeward constituency. Nevis Premier warns the region independence is being eroded by new efforts at colonial domination. Lebanese Prime Minister resigns amid protests that have gripped the country for 2 weeks. And in sports, St. Lucia beat SVG in an international rugby friendly. On behalf of all of us here at SVG Television, thanks for viewing. Remember, you can visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and for daily headlines. And be sure to tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. on weekdays. My name is Khalil Kato. Enjoy your evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus, get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.